I gotta make sure I mute my other screen too. We're live. While I make sure I mute my other screen, I'll let Chandra introduce. I can't even see myself, so I don't know if I'm pointing the right. Yeah, I'm pointing the right way. Introduce yourself.
Good morning, everybody. How are you today? We are on episode 44.
Yep.
Yay! I can maths. Of Flash Fiction Live / Write the Story, and we are here today to make more trouble.
All the trouble.
It's so early. It's not that early, but it's kind of early.
Yeah.
And then my name is Chandra Arthur, and I write historical fiction, science fiction, and fantasy. And I co-chair of Flash Fiction Live, and you are here on Natalie Locke channel because
sometimes it's Chandra's.
It is Saturday. Saturday
Eastern.
9 o'clock Eastern. You make trouble.
Which, speaking of historical fiction, Chandra had a great video that was talking about how can you do the time period for your historical fiction without going, it was the year 1867, all was dark, like, or as Chandra said in her live in the video, it was the year of our Lord. So, which I loved.
I had a lot of fun with that video, and I was thinking about it, and afterwards I was like, oh, I didn't put overheard conversations. I didn't say it specifically.
Oh, yeah. It's like me, sometimes writing with flash fiction, like, I was writing a fiction yesterday or today, I don't know, everything's a blur. And one of the words prompt was like, blister or something. I'm making fun of it now. I don't even remember, but let's say it's blister, and I write in my outline blister on the foot or something like that, but instead in the story I write her foot was sore and she put band-aids over the wounds and stuff instead of saying the word blister. And I'm like, the 10 words are supposed to be used. They're not guidelines. Like, do you have to insert them? Like, and I've done that. Like, with the journalist that's gone too far, one of the words was reporter. At the beginning of that video, I go, she's a reporter. We know she's a reporter, but I never say she's a reporter. I was like, I forgot to use the word. So.
I mean, it really does be like that sometimes, where you get to the end of it and you like go back through and you re-highlight all the words to make sure you have them all. And you're like, one's missing, something's missing, what's missing? And you've got like 2 minutes left to fit it in. Devin. Delightful
Devin. Maggie. Mama Maggie. Me. Yeah, I'm here. Kat. Hey, dear. Which I tried to catch your stream the other day. I will be honest, I'm mostly lurking and just letting you play in the background while I get my work done. Because Ted, with the full-time job, I probably shouldn't be in chats and stuff, but sprints kind of help me focus on work. So I'm getting my shit done. They shouldn't be happy with me.
I use sprints for that a lot. I've also been doing a lot of homework in sprints.
Oh, that's right, because your classes. Oh, did you? Hold on, wait. Let me focus. Hi, Isabella. Okay, now that whole syllabus thing with the homework, did they get figured out? What?
Teacher emailed me back, was like, you're good. Don't worry about it. We use the same syllabus for all the semesters. Just ignore the dates. Sweats profusely. Don't tell me that.
That I feel like those are the times where you want to email your professor and be like, listen, I am a type A, then put in your like Myers-Briggs letters, and then put in Aquarius, Mercury rising, like put all of that in, go, I need you to be precise at the end of that.
That's accurate, because I am, and I'm INTJ, and I'm a Libra, Virgo rising, Aquarius moon. I need you to be specific, because as a Libra, if you leave any margin of error for me to decide, we're gonna have problems. It's gonna take me 84 years. I need you to just tell me what to do.
which is funny because with my job, there was like 2 tier levels of like understanding. So I went through the first tier level and then I was able to like make myself look good enough to go to the second tier. Not everyone goes to the other tier. And I'm being very vague because I don't like to talk about what I do. Just because it has nothing to do with my writing. It's fine. All right. People know, they know. But the first tier, the way they teach you, it's kind of similar to the bachelor's of like, this is the answer. It's always going to be this answer. Don't deviate from this. Follow the instructions exactly. The second tier was make this happen. Okay, I'm going to do it this way. No, that's wrong. You just said make it happen. Why is it wrong when I what? But that was the second tier, which is similar to the master's, which is the end result. Here's the end result. Argue your point and everything. Like it was like argue the answer. And
it has taken me years to get to the point where, especially around work, where someone asks me a question and I'm like, I feel like I'm in a back alley somewhere because I'm like, who's asking? But sometimes you really just have to ask that question.
All right. Oh, shoot. That's not it. Oh. So I'm typing right now as a Shiza, what is it called? Something.
The question?
Yeah, the prompt.
Mm-hmm.
And what's funny is I'm going to say the prompt title, and you tell me what movie you think of.
Okay.
A Woman's First Day in a Convent.
Sound of Music.
I was going to say Sister Act.
I've never seen Sister Act.
Oh my God, we need to have a movie day. Okay, so in Sister Act, Whoopi Goldberg's character is like works with the mob, or her boyfriend's in the mob or something like that, but she's trying to end it and stuff. And so she ends up going in witness protection, and she's a Vegas like showgirl type, like not a showgirl, but like she sings in Vegas. Like, so she's got the glitter outfits and like her makeup's done and everything. And she goes to a convent where Maggie Smith is Mother Superior. And then the woman who played, oh God, I forget the actress's name. So she was one of the sisters in Hocus Pocus, but not Winifred and not Sarah. That one, the one that grabbed the vacuum.
Mildred?
Yeah, she's in it as a nun as well. I'm pretty sure it's her. Hopefully I'm not confusing actresses. But either way, it's hilarious because they got Sister Act and then they got Sister Act 2, where they end up going and helping kids, which, by the way, a famous singer, I think. God, I'm trying to think of all the actresses that were in Sister Act 2. But it was like their first movie as one of the kids, and I think it was a few singers.
Oh, that's cool. I'll have to watch it.
But it is hilarious because it's just funny. All right. Because only Mother Superior and Whoopi Goldberg's character knows Whoopi Goldberg is not really a sister. All the other sisters think she actually is a sister.
And they're like, why are you so terrible at this?
Yeah. And then she ends up leading the choir, like, because she sings. She ends up leading the choir and is able to get them to a choir competition and stuff. And
oh, that's so cool.
Yeah. Okay, back to me typing this. All right, so that's the prompt. But with the words, I haven't looked at them yet, but I'm about to. It might not play out exactly like that, of us being able to rewrite Sister Act. I don't know. The first word is run. Second word, zealous. Then grateful. Statue. Lick. Okay, now where are we going with this? Attend. Film. Page. Recognize. Pomegranate. Goodness me. Don't worry, I'm going to copy and paste this into the chat, but I'm going to post it. I'm still learning these Mac commands, but I will post it also as a banner. That way. Actually, I'm going to put prompt number 1 at the beginning of this. There we go. see.
I'm getting my Google Doc ready.
Okay. So it is a banner. It's also in the chat. And I'm going to get my Microsoft Word thing working. Open Sesame. I'm going to paste this here. I'm intrigued on how I'm going to do this. Because I'm really stuck on the witness protection thing because I just think it's hilarious where someone's there that doesn't belong, but they got to be, and they try to blend in.
I also have an idea. Similar, but different. Same.
Of course. That's how we do it. Now I got to do my other job since this is on my channel, which is get a timer. Yeah, those things.
Also, a cup of coffee.
I got my green tea right here. Like, I grabbed green tea because it has caffeine in it. And I got that. And by the way, so I stopped looking for timers. I ended up creating my favorite timers playlist.
Oh, that's awesome. That's such a good idea. I actually have a timer that I need to post on my channel. I've had it for a while. And Laura Nettles actually helped me with the countdown on it because I couldn't get any of the countdowns on my other stuff to work.
I need to find out countdowns. I've been doing research also for Twitter. Not Twitter. Wow. Too many platforms here. Twitch. Because my plan is once I'm done with all these flash fictions, I plan to go back and edit them. And I want to just do a live stream and edit 3 a week or something. And just do a live stream on Twitch. But I want to have a countdown timer so that way people can also use it for productivity sprints too. But I also had really what I think is a really good idea for a craft book, but kind of helping craft. Yeah. Either way, the whole helping our writers with their style and editing, and I got a whole plan, but the pretty much is dependent upon me finishing these flash fictions.
That's fair.
And everything. And who knows, maybe I'll get a literary agent between now and then. If not, then the craft book, I'll end up, God, what is it called? Self-publishing. Is it Monday? It feels like Monday.
Yeah, it could definitely be that.
So I did look up countdowns, how to in PowerPoint. And I was like, maybe I could just create a PowerPoint and save it. No, complicated. It's annoying.
That's what I did for one of mine. It's a very short one, but I had to make a slide for every single change. And it was deeply unpleasant.
Yeah, and then you also are there's the natural mistakes of where you're like, oh, I totally skipped a number. And you got to go back and redo it. All right. No.
Yep, it was a pain.
Are you kidding me? Okay, fine.
Does it have to be a true convert or one of the ancient religions? It's completely up to you.
Yeah, artistic license. It's beautiful.
Oh, convent, not convert.
So close.
I swear that I know the words.
Well, it's like this morning I did something. Oh God, stop. I was reading. Oh yeah. Okay. So I was doing my outro because I tried to record a video this morning, and I was doing my outro. And for anybody who's watched my videos, I say, I hope you enjoyed my version of episode, whatever I'm on, and you find enjoyment in your, in whatever your passion is every single day, every week, every month, every year. For some reason, my outro today, I was like, I hope you enjoyed my episode. And then I said, and find enjoyment in your passion every day, year, month. And I'm like, what is wrong? I was like, what?
Oh.
And my husband's just sitting there like shaking his head going, you're a writer, right? And I'm like, I'm not writing right now. I'm talking.
I'm not writing. This is a speech.
2 different actions. I'm just saying. It's like the difference between buying books and reading them.
I've gotten to the point where when I make a mistake and I'm filming, I'll just like pause and then I'll be like, and I'll repeat the whole line but correctly so that I can go back in and just cut and just zoop.
Yeah, I try to give myself enough of a break to grab stuff. All right, what did I do? Did I? Excuse me. No. Hey, computer. Focus. All right. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. I'm ready. Finally. Are you?
I'm ready.
All right. Let's get this party started. Great. Now I'm going to have that song stuck in my head. Okay. All right. 3, 2, 1. And we've already lost 2 seconds. No.
Y'all.
Don't worry, we're not jumping in.
I
need like 10 more seconds.
I haven't gotten through checking to make sure all of my words are in there, but I have written a thing. And
Oh, well, I'm glad you did because I didn't.
Did you not?
The whole time I'm writing, I'm like, no.
Honestly, it's optional if you want to even read this out loud. I'm not even joking right now. I'm just yeah. I don't know. Gabby, you can't be doing this. Yeah, so what had happened was I just sent it to you. It's 100% the idea that I had initially. It just didn't go where I thought it was going to. Yes, this is.
I feel like that sometimes. Like,
well, I mean, like, it was dark to begin with, and it got darker.
Oh yeah, mine's not dark. Mine became like a slice of life thing, and I tried to make it funny at the end. We'll see. I got your email. I'm replying to it. I do have all the words, I think. What was the? Oh, I did not. I gotta add.
I got partway through checking to see. So I just realized something.
There. Now I added in a little extra.
Right. It. Would anyone like to?
Woo.
Do you know what song that was in the original timer?
No, I don't. Let me jump over and see. So that song, that the timer is Holly Davis.
Okay.
Welcome back. I wonder if she says. Oh, whoa, easy, Sparky. Hold on, Spencer.
Okay.
Ow, Dobby, claws.
Yeah, I don't see anything where she says, "Hey, this is the song." Okay. There. The next one is her as well. I think I also want to jump over to Zara's 10-minute timer for this time. Oh, stop. Killing me. Okay. Yep. You need to stop. There. Okay, back to this. All right. Did you get my email?
Not yet. Let me see. Yes.
By the way, I did a lot of research on nuns. I did not know all the steps they have to go through.
I did zero research. Probably.
I still got 400 words.
How much do I have? 500 and well, it's just under 5. Yeah, it's 517. I didn't do any research, so just know that before you pass judgment on any of the things that I have said.
Never pass judgment.
But also pass judgment because it is, well, you're gonna read it. I don't have to tell you.
You know my style.
Well, in the words of Eminem, Father, please forgive me for I know not what I do. I mean, it's bad. I definitely surprised myself a little. Anyways, I'm ready when you are.
All right. I will go ahead and press play and put myself back on mute.
Okay.
We didn't take the full 2 minutes. Bravo to us.
Out here killing it.
Alright. Dude, yours. I gotta read it first. Got to. Because, damn. What do you need, Spencer? No, you need to eat your breakfast. Okay, well, I'll argue with you on that in a second. All right. Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and read it and let chat join me on this adventure. All right. A woman's first day in a convent is a very important day, but for me, it didn't feel that way. It felt like all the other days, heaped up, mounted together, and blended into a bland future that stretched out before me in an interminable length. It wasn't just being trapped around the incessantly zealous sisters. It was their overdone grateful smiles and the patronizing tone of the words they spoke so effusively. I can't say words, sorry. I'd been there several weeks when he returned. No one said he would be there. I simply walked to the chapel and he was there, praying silently. I knelt in prayer and prayed too. And the next day, and the day after that, and a week, month, 3 months, he spoke to me. You are faithful to attend your prayers each day, he said. Yes, Father, I said. You are a true child of God. I recognize that in you. Thank you, Father, I said. He didn't speak to me for a week after that, but he was there in the opposite pew for his prayers. And when he did speak, it was only, good evening. My heart ached. I knew it was all he was going to say, but I followed the drift of his gaze as he turned to walk away and saw the folded page where he had been sitting. I took it. Tonight, midnight. That's all it said. A film was playing when I arrived, something strange and grotesque, but I wanted to run to him, and almost before the thought was completed, I was going to him. There was a small bed of pillows on the floor in the center aisle beneath the marble statue. He waited there for me, a pomegranate in hand, fresh juice running down his fingers. I licked it away, my gaze focused on him. But I don't look away as he removes my habit. The marble statues come to life, waiting on us, bringing candles, food, wine, and taking away our clothes. And when we are naked, I'm sure of what I suspected all along. I don't belong here, and neither does he. Hello, Eve. I've been searching for you. Adam. The church door is open, Mother Superior at the head of the rest of the nuns. Many of them have never seen a naked man. But then again, he isn't exactly a man. I can look past the cloven feet and forked horns. I know him, deep down. He is my Adam from so long ago. Evelyn! Mother Superior is running down the aisle toward me. Suddenly, I'm winding my body around a marble statue looking down on the scene. Adam below me, laughing. I laugh too, bearing my nakedness for all of them to see. I lick the statue just to be obscene. A general gasp goes up from the observers. They think I'm crazy. Evelyn, the Reverend Mother shouts, come down at once. That's not my name, I say as I slither from the statue's arms. Then I shed my skin and let her see my true form. Whew. All right. Okay. Well, welcome, Shannon. Hopefully you caught that. I understand you can't stay long. Yep. Saturday is usually a running around and doing a lot of things. So that's right. I'm just going to jump straight into, there was really nothing I would change. When I read it, there was a personal preference. If I didn't like the whole Mother Superior at the head of the rest of the nuns, I was like, well, let's say the other nuns followed her. But then reading it and how it flowed, I was like, nah, it worked. It was nitpicky anyway. Everything else, I'm just like, and then what? What? Why? And what? How? Why? Like, it was interesting, and I didn't see it going that way. At first, I thought it was like potentially she could be killed, and then I was like, ooh, what if she kills him? And then like I had a fun little game back and forth. But And then I was wondering where it was going, and then you just took it a place that I didn't even think it would go. I wasn't even considering it because I was like, oh, okay, well, she finally explored the dark side. Then I was like, oh no, we're going that dark.
I told you it was bad. I was like, ooh.
See, I thought like bad, like you weren't proud of what you wrote. No, honey, be proud. Stand up, bow, take a bow. Because that was really good, and it makes me almost like want to read more and get more and stuff. Like it's like, I'm assuming she's a reincarnation of Eve. He's the devil, but then it's almost he's the devil, but then also he's Adam, or maybe Adam went to the dark side after he passed away, and such, and they could be reincarnations of each other and stuff too. But I'm assuming she's a reincarnation. Adam, that's kind of a cool story that Adam, he died, went to hell, became like the devil's right hand man or something, and has been searching for Eve. Though it would be interesting because Eve created original sin, so why wouldn't she be the one to go to hell, and she's actually searching for Adam?
She's also the serpent.
Oh, that makes sense with her slithering around the statue and stuff. And then, another way you could have played that is instead of, even though I know we had the word of like had to, well, no, you already used lick for licking the pomegranate off the fingers, but you could have said flicked her tongue against the statue.
Oh yeah, I should have done that.
That would
mix it up, and it would give a little more indication that she's the serpent.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so now we're changing it. This is where the like what I intended versus what the reader took comes into play. But yeah, if she flicked her tongue across the statue. What are you doing?
I'm getting a new piece of paper.
Okay, thanks. Yes. You want to go draw with Zoe? Okay. Do you have enough paper for him?
No.
Could you grab more paper so your brother can draw with you like he wants? Please.
I got it.
You got it? Okay. Let your sister help. We don't just let him do things. He's 4. Okay. Sorry for that brief interruption.
Oh no, you're good. I'm contemplating, and I kind of want to write more on this.
I could see writing more. Like I could see like the where like I could see this being the start of the book, and then or there being like a prelude. And I say the book, it could be a novella, short story, whatever, but it was something where it has chapters, but then another chapter shows like what happened next, and then also what happened in the beginning. Like Adam's been searching and stuff. Yeah, which is interesting. Like, let's say Eve's the serpent. Like Eve's just the embodiment of the serpent. Like not even Eve combined. It's like, the whole thing. The serpent is who conveyed that Adam and Eve were actually naked. So it's interesting for Adam not to desire Eve, but to desire the serpent, the one who let him know what lust is.
Mm-hmm.
So it's this search for lust, not for love. And everything. Because I always put a deeper meaning to shit. So
I was thinking about that as I was writing. I'm like, you can't really avoid that with a story like this. It has connotations.
Well, it's like my sci-fi book has actually a little bit of religious stuff there, and I had fun with it. I can't wait to. I'm only chapter 11 out of 20 something. I need to finish it, so because I know a lot of people. Unlike my first one, this one not really necessary for trigger warnings, like compared to my first one. That there is a scene with the baby. No one dies. You just think you're afraid they're about to.
I got complete beta reading feedback. There's a little bit more feedback they're going to send me, but on the sci-fi project, I'm very excited about it. And I've been making updates. I have more updates that I need to make, but then I'm going to be looking for round 2 of beta readers. So
I stand with you, and also I volunteer as tribute. So yeah.
Okay.
I just got to get through my sci-fi because I want to get my sci-fi done. Mine's dealing with parallel universes, so
okay.
I doubt.
Yeah, no, we're a totally separate
different realm of sci-fi. Okay, then perfect. That way I won't like read yours and go, "Ooh, she did it good here," and then I like subconsciously put it in mine.
yeah, exactly. It's like I want to be in the same genre, but I don't want to be in the same subgenre.
Yes. So yeah, mine's like contemporary but parallel universes, so it works. I had fun with it. And
mine, I think it would be mine is contemporary. I wouldn't say quite dystopian, somewhere between dystopian and post-apocalyptic.
So during the downfall.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, that works. Sweet. But yeah, no, I liked your story. It was definitely had dark, and that's what I'm here for. And I, yeah. And I'm glad we had the talk of like what you meant and who was representing what, because now we have a better idea of Gopher.
Yeah. Give her some more serpentine characteristics. I think it would be kind of fun to write a series of flash fiction or short stories for the Abbey.
Yeah, like maybe. Oh my god, do you remember those childhood books? And it was like it might have been a 5th grade class or something, but they kept on experiencing weird things, and it was like their school didn't have a 13th floor. They had a weird substitute teacher one time that might have been a vampire. I remember it was an entire series, but it was always the same school.
Oh no, I'm not familiar.
Yeah, maybe the chat can help me with this, or maybe it's one of those like Mandela effects.
It's possible.
Yeah, where I have this like Wayward or Wayside or something school.
If somebody knows what this is, please leave it in the comments because I'm curious.
Yes, yeah. Otherwise, I'm gonna be on a Google search because I used to have those books. I remember reading them as a kid, and I enjoyed them. I can't believe I just randomly thought of it now. But either way, but I like the idea of the Abbey kind of like being centralized, and then I could totally see a situation where it sideways stories from Wayside School. Yes, thank you, Devin.
As always, delightful Devin coming in clutch.
Devin is like the perfect librarian.
Right.
Knows all the streams, has the links for everything, knows all the bugs, like the obscure, like random.
I feel like I'm gonna want to read that.
Yeah, especially if you're ever writing for like the chapter books, middle grade or something like that. Perfect books, because it has that supernatural side to it, but presented fun for kids. I think there was a vampire one time. I can't remember, but it was still fun. I loved reading them.
I think a story that I want to write for this is what Mother Superior thinks about Eve.
Oh, like another, like, what if, okay, so you could look at this kind of like what I did with the journalist crossing the line and then the police investigation. So you got Eve, Mother Superior suspects things. Then we cut to Eve's POV later. Like, and Mother Superior, like, but she always catches Eve, but then there's like an honest explanation of why Eve is doing something. And she's like, oh, okay. Like, okay, maybe I need to, my doubts are inward, not, and I'm just projecting them outward. I need to pray on this or whatever. And so like Mother Superior like talks herself out of it. And then we go to Eve's perspective and this stuff happening. And then Eve slowly slips.
Yeah.
And her true form. Like she comes to terms with her true self or something. And yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Though I will say the last line of like, and I showed my true form, it made me think of all the memes with Dragon Ball Z and stuff like that. It's like, this isn't even my final form. And they like, which to me is like every single time that kids play in the playground or something, they go, oh yeah, I got a shield of invincibility. Well, I got a spell that breaks your shield of invincibility. Well, I got a second shield. And like they just go back and forth. Oh,
I
kids are
forgot
great.
about those kinds of things, but it's so true.
Mm-hmm. We
That's
do
great.
that. I did that. I'm pretty darn sure.
Ow.
At some point. But hey, it's like the beginning of improv. It's
Mhm.
like, oh yeah, but oh yeah, but every time.
Every time.
Mm-hmm. Did you draw something? Oh, let me see. Nice.
No.
You want to show Grandma? Okay. So, y'all aren't Grandma, but y'all can see. He scribbled well.
Oh, look at that. Did you
Actually,
draw that?
because of the story, I'm thinking that for some reason makes me think of a goat head. And I think I'm just having leftover thoughts from your story.
Hair.
Yeah, hair. That was hair.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice. All right, go finish. Okay. I'm ready for your story.
Okay.
We're gonna get through this.
Okay. Here we go. I entered through the courtyard. Some of the nuns were gathering, others were walking while turning the pages to what I assumed to be the Bible. Are any other books allowed here? You only become a nun if you are zealous for following God or whatever religion you follow. It'll be years before I'll be considered a nun, but right now, that is what I want to do. For the past 3 years, I've emailed Mother Superior on the matter. I practically ran here the moment I was told we could end my discernment period and start aspirancy. Mother Superior is standing by a statue of the Blessed Mary with a basket of pomegranates. I didn't know we grew them around here. Mother Superior, I'm grateful for the opportunity to finally meet you. I'm Emily, I said as I approached her. I never saw a picture of her, but her winged coronet hat helped me recognize her. Welcome, dear, to Eternal Light Convent. I see you made it in one piece, she said with a gentle smile. I licked my lips, nasty habit, while I think what else I could say. I shift my suitcase to my other hand. Oh dear, let's get you to your quarters. That way you can unpack, wash up, and change in time to attend evening mass. Mother Superior turned her head on her heel, sending me in a run to keep up with her. She is faster than she looks. We arrived to my room and single bed, bedside table, dresser, and one chair. As someone with 5 sisters and 3 brothers, I'm happy to have my own room. I put on my pure white coif and veil. I'm not sure if I said that right. To signify my beginner status, and walk to join the others in the church. I pull out my personal Bible, ready to read scriptures, but the room is empty. Did I miss the time? The grandfather clock sits in the corner, says it's 1 minute until 6. Right as it rings, I hear singing. Lines of nuns walking in, singing. I listen closer, trying to remember the hymn. I pick up the hymn book, frantic to find the page so I can join. That's when I hear it and realize I'll like this place. I lay the hymn book back on its cubby and join in. The hills are alive with the sound of music. I sing along to the main song from one of my favorite films. I like it. I also have been fighting with my Chandra's grandma.
No, plot twist that Chandra is a grandma because I said you're not grandma, but and then I held up the drawing.
Oh. I mean, yeah. Yes. Also, yes. But okay. So I also was confused because I just saw a meme today about thank you to you Disney grandmas with the grandma from Encanto in the middle, not you. So I was like, that's where my head was, and I was like, I would never.
Yeah, which legit in Encanto, that grandmother, like, it was nice to have a mother that was there and have someone that, because sometimes they put the bad parent, but I was glad that the parents were there and stuff. Which, by the way, there's this person on TikTok who's a trauma therapist, and they break down all the characters in Encanto. With the mother, they're like, she's great, she's cool, but she is avoids confrontation, like, because she wants things to just be nice, even keel, and so therefore she doesn't address the difficult things. And I was like, oh, that makes sense. I gotta watch the other ones. Either way, back to this story. There's not much on this story. It's one of those where I would do a rewrite.
First of all, my Grammarly is not working correctly. So like when you mouse over and you're supposed to be able to click it and it changes words, it's not doing that. Like you click it and the red line goes away, but it doesn't change the word. So,
yeah,
hard times. I'm just struggling.
Okay. You gonna draw this side? Okay, go draw that side.
The sentence that I do not love is
good.
You only become a nun if you are zealous for following God or whatever religion you follow.
Mm-hmm.
I think or whatever religion you follow. If you're zealous for following God, I think that part just.
I could see that, but also in my research, apparently there's not just Catholic nuns, Orthodox nuns. There's Buddhist nuns. There is, so what do you need? You want to sit? Okay. But I learned there was other religions,
and so that's what I figured.
Okay.
But also, this person has a specific faith that they follow.
Yeah, good point.
So it wouldn't matter to her that there are others.
Yeah, true. And actually, I could keep God, and then it would just be, but I could make it follow God, but then, I mean, God could be replaced by anything. Like, there's multiple religions that believe in God.
Right.
There's the overarching God, and then there is the other gods and stuff, so.
And then the other, and this is nitpicky, but the other part of that I think just if you are zealous for following God, but the for following God, like it comes across as like cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I don't know if that makes sense.
No, it makes sense. It's like it's almost making it where she's supposed to be like choosing this is her path and she wants it, so therefore by saying unless you're zealous for God, zealous kind of usually has a negative connotation, and it kind of makes it seem like, wait, is she mocking her own thing she's following?
But I think even using zealous by changing the way you say what she is zealous for, it could make it not seem as cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, where she's not mocking. It's really more of a way in which she speaks.
Thanks.
So maybe something along the lines of, you only become a nun if you are zealous and diligent in your following like the one true God, or whatever the case may be. So that in that case, zealous becomes like this thing that she's aspiring to, and a diligent practice, instead of her saying like, oh, I'm carrying on down,
Yeah, but by pairing zealous with devout or and stuff, like, it would definitely give it more of that goal.
So then the ones there's two parts that I really like. She's faster than she looks. That one, it wasn't. It's humorous, yes, and it did make me smile. But it's not even that. It's the characterization in it, because you expect the Mother Superior to be this like doddering old lady, and she even has like the mannerisms, and she's like, oh, Nana, because she's in the garden with a basket of
Yeah.
pomegranates, and then she takes off walking. You're like, oh shit, I gotta go. So I like that bit of characterization. And then when the nuns walk in the single line singing, the imagery of that, because I'm just picturing these vast empty stone halls, and she's like hearing something in the distance, and then the bell rings and all of these nuns just come streaming in, and I just think it's got great imagery.
Yay!
So yeah, that's what I have on this one. I like it.
Aw. I did a little slice of life. I've done those every now and then where it's just like, yeah, it's a
Mom,
little snapshot.
Yeah,
So
you
it's
have a real talent for that. I'm not good at that at all.
And then sometimes I worry about those because I'm like, nothing's happening. There's no conflict. There's no growth. There's no. I guess there's growth. He keeps muting me. I guess there's growth a little bit because she's like trying to be very like proper and stuff. She's like, oh my gosh, I gotta get this right. Here's my personal Bible. I arrived early, and then it's not what I thought it was gonna be. Like,
yeah, well, like she wants this so bad that she's willing to do it even if she thinks it is a little bit stuffy, and then finding out that it's not stuffy and that there's a little bit of humor and there's everyday life. Like you're there, you're living there. It's not a place that you go to just and die. So I think creating that, I think there is growth. I really do.
Yay! All right, we got through the first prompt. That was the warm up. All right.
It snowed here yesterday.
It's we still have a blanket of snow. Like it's enough for the grass to peek through, but it's like still everywhere. Like and it keeps on snowing. I think we haven't seen clear of snow in like 2 weeks now.
Oh wow.
I'm including like when there's patches of snow when the first one melts.
Mom,
but I could still see
what is it?
That is my cheat sheet to know my commands shortcuts for my computer. Yeah, totally got the joke. All right. I'm going to open up my writing prompts. Yes, Spencer?
Feet cold.
Your feet are cold? Well, go put them under next to the space heater right there. There we go.
Yeah.
All right. Chat, which I think is just Devin right now. So Devin, you can come up with as many as you want and just keep throwing it in. And then I'll have Chandra throw in, and I'll even have Spencer pick out a number, maybe. But he'll just point on the screen. So A through Z, numbers 1 through 60 to help us get 10 words. Hey Spencer, can you pick pick any word right there? Just point to it. Nope. Oh, you're gonna click it? What the hell happened there?
What?
Something. Right. Pick. Click. Okay. He picked Polish or Polish, depending on where you live.
Mom.
Polish?
Yeah. Well, Polish and Polish are spelled the same. It's just one's capitalized, one isn't.
I got it.
J29?
J29. All right. Where's J? J29 is long.
Belong or long with Lima?
Long.
Okay.
Hold on, buddy. Spencer, please move the microphone away from
What
your face.
about
No.
44?
What letter?
E.
E. Okay. All right. 3, 4. E.
Mom.
Money. Oh my God. Son.
R35.
R35. There's R. Where's 35? Roll. R.
You're muted.
Roll. ROLL. Sneak attacks my mute.
Mom.
Yes, Spencer.
Wash, honey.
Okay. Go ahead.
Wash, honey.
All right. Whew, all right.
Mm.
We got 1, 2, 3, 4.
X69.
X59. So this is a combo one. White noise. All right.
How do you spell noise?
NOISE.
Okay, that's what I put down, and I was like, "This looks wrong. It looks
Yeah, I
wrong."
hate it when that happens. You're like,
What about P36?
P. Sherman 42 Wally B. Sydney. Which actually, just because I said P. Sherman 42, I'm gonna get 36, but P42 is melon, so we're adding that one in. Said 36. 36 is grocery.
We need 3 more.
Yeah. Also, I need to edit.
A8.
A8. Makes me think of that song, like, I like to eat apple doesn't. All right. 3. Like the number.
L22.
L22. Oh. L22 is test. TEST.
Let's see. That's 3, 6. I need 1 more.
All right. I'll let one of y'all pick it. Either you or Devin.
Did Spencer get to pick one?
Yeah, he pointed to the screen. I forget which one he picked.
J3.
All right. All right, and then Devin, please pick a word or not just a number 1 through 81. J3 is bike.
Okay.
All right, and then do me a favor, call out the word list while I type it up.
Yes. Oh, I typed it up. I was just going to dump it in chat.
Yeah, dump it in chat, but then I'm throwing it on the banner. And then also it helps if anybody's listening to this on the back end and if they're visually impaired, I like to say it out loud. So the 10 words are?
The 10 words are Polish or Polish.
Yeah.
Long, money, roll, white noise, melon, grocery, 3, test, and bike.
Perfect.
The number from Devin is 75.
75. All right, gonna jump over there. 75. Oh, we've done that before. So up or down? By the way, 75, in case you're wondering, was the one where we did running before you walk.
We've done so many of these, I'm starting to forget.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to remember what I did. I think running before you... No.
Devin said up.
Up. Okay, so 74 is when you go outside the lines.
Okay, and what is our challenge?
Ooh, challenge. That's right. Okay, here's... I want to pick this at some point, but we got to know ahead of time is they use one word 10 times.
Oh.
All right. Write all the characters as animals. Choose a POV you've never written from before. Set during an historical event. And okay, write the story, but then change it where you come in the middle of the story. Write it like it's a children's book. Write your MC completely alone, which we've actually done before. Mm-hmm. Start and end the story. Oh, I like this one. Start the story and end the story with one of the 10 words. Like, you got to do both. So the first word and the last word has to be one of the 10 words. Cannot repeat any word other than articles. It has to be a comedy. That'd be difficult for both of us. I'm not that funny.
Write it in Pig Latin.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
All right, what was the prompt again? I gotta write that in.
When you go outside the lines.
Actually, that could be a comedy. God, Pig Latin would be so hard.
That would be incredibly hard.
I would constantly just type it regularly, then have to go back and manually change each word. Hi, Dobby. Enjoy the snuggles while you can.
He's purring so hard. I'm giving him these little squeezes, and he's just purring and squeaking, and
he feels so protected. It's comfort, which is funny because I had a lot of cats growing up that were like, "Don't touch me."
No, he gets like that sometimes, but he's like, "Touch me a lot, now get away," but not in a violent way. He's just wiggly and
okay, I'm done.
How are you? You're just in time for prompt number 2.
Yep, prompt number 2 is when you go outside the lines, the words to include are test, polish, 3, bike, money, long, roll, white noise, melon, and grocery.
Oh, edit that real quick so it says prompt 2.
Oh, yeah, touche. Thank you, dear. Oh, no, edit. I thought I deleted it. I was like, no.
For our challenge, I'm thinking where we start and end with one of the words, because I feel like I used the prompt a lot for the beginning.
Yeah, you have.
So okay. That would be a challenge for me.
Perfect. So we'll do that. Oh. And actually, I need to copy. Hold on. copying this for my Word doc. Now I can show it. Okay. Woo! Getting through it. And I need to get God, it's called something. Timer. That thing. All right. Killing me, Smalls. What is my son doing? He's just being crazy right now. All right. Library. Where's Laura's timer? All right. Come on. Work for me. Okay, we lost like 5 seconds, but I think we'll be okay.
Yeah, it should be fine. We'll be fine.
All right, here's Laura's. All right, 3, 2, 1. Prompt number 2 begins now. Press that.
That's it.
Look at us writing and stuff.
I was definitely on Twitter that last little bit.
Yeah. Well, I saw I had 5 minutes left once I finished writing, and I was like, oh, you know what? I think I'll read. Like, read what I wrote. And I did change one or two things, like, just to make it work.
I put mine through Google Translate. I've been using that so much.
Ooh, yeah, that's right. You told me last time.
Yeah, you can just paste stuff in there and hit play, and it'll read it back to you. And then I'll kind of follow along on the text to make any changes. Also, this guy is driving me absolutely batty. I don't know what is going on with him. He's like, I don't want to be loved like this. I want to love you in an aggressive and unfriendly way that is of my choosing, and anything shy of that is unacceptable to my personage.
I just emailed you mine.
Oh, yeah, I should probably.
Okay.
Just for the record, in my story, it's Polish, not Polish.
Mm-hmm.
Because
mine too. I ended up doing Polish instead of Polish. And the novel Nana came in, Bex.
Hey.
And then, but she's just working on notes for CGL. And I was like, hey, that counts. Like, we can use these as a...
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I just sent it to you. You should have it in a minute now.
Oh, God. I'm dropping my phone. Still waiting for it to come through. If anybody is looking for sprints, just want to let you know, Sarah Hoffman is live on Twitch right now.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
We'll drop by again to hop on a
backstage. All right. Well, this will be our last sprint.
Yes.
And
I feel like we went pretty quick today.
We have. I mean, because this will only be 10 minutes. Like, we probably are going to be done before. Oh, there we go. I like how, by the way, I'm noticing we both ended our prompts. Wait, you did it with the same word? I didn't do it that way. I did it with 1 of the 10. But I like how we did it with dialogue for our prompts as a start and end.
See ya, Bex. Have a good backstage and whatever project you're working on.
Yep. I kind of did a slice of life, but this one was a little more fun. You gotta be creative with it. All right. So I think we got ambient noise with this next one.
Ooh, right. I like ambient noise.
I do too. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go with, so this is Lauren Needles, but I think I'm going to go with writer Holly Davis's 10-minute timer. And actually, I need to make sure I like these because I like the music. I don't know. I get lost, especially because it doesn't have lyrics, so I get lost a little bit more. All right, you ready for our last sprint?
Ready.
All right, 1, 2, 3.
You're mute.
We're having a meltdown over here. It's really fun.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
So, your story triggered me, which is funny and weird because there's absolutely nothing triggering about the story.
Yeah, I was like, wait, could I? Should I? Like, I mean,
No.
the kid stole.
No, it didn't have any, it really had nothing to do with the story, had everything to do with the specific experience that I had, which also didn't have that much to do with the story.
But was it the setting? It kind of reminds you of like a small mom and pop grocery store thing.
It wasn't even a grocery store. It was a furniture store.
Oh.
And it took me back to an experience that I had in a furniture store when I was, I think, 14.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, I just got really stuck on it. And I was like, it was a deeply unpleasant experience for me.
Aww.
I could just tell the story.
Yeah.
So
story time.
When I was a teenager, 14, I was in this, y'all know I went to like a real strange church thing. But anyway, we had one of these things where you had to sell books door to door. And so that's what I was doing for the summer. And I was in Memphis and selling books door to door. And I'd been dropped off in a shopping plaza. So basically I had my backpack of books and a radio and had to go around in a shopping center and try to sell these books to people. So like I'd had a couple things happen. I'd been, some people yelled at me in a shop. Someone called security on me. And we had these papers that said we were allowed to do what we were doing. And it was really just, the whole thing was obnoxious. Yeah. And then it started raining. So me and my backpack, I had radioed the driver to pick me up. And I went into this furniture store and I didn't talk to anybody. I was just looking at the furniture. I had my backpack, I had my radio. I was minding my own business, wasn't hurting anybody, hurting anything, nothing like that. And there was a few like older couples in there looking at furniture, and this guy asked me what was in my backpack, which like as an adult, like why? It's not your kid, Yeah. So anyway, I explained what my backpack was because it had a logo for the program on it, and he started asking me questions about the book. So I started answering his questions. And this,
you thought it was a pitch opportunity, or?
Well, yeah, I mean, like, what else am I going to say? I was just like, I'm working my way through school here. Here's what the books are. Here's what it's about. Mm-hmm. And this lady came out from behind the counter and just started screaming at me to get out of the store. And the guy who'd asked about the books just stood there and watched. And it was pouring rain outside, like pouring. So I go outside and I'm like standing up against the side of the building trying to stay out of the rain. And I sit down and I start to cry. And this old black lady comes by and she sees me and she's like, "Are you okay? Can I call somebody for you?" And I told her what happened and that the driver was on his way to pick me up finally. And this was probably a couple, by the time I'd made it, because from the first place I'd called him and I was like, this is terrible and it's not going to work. Anyway, They obviously as adults should have known that, not the point. So she comes to check on me and she was like, "Next time you just tell them to have a nice day." And I just I never forgot that part, but it just the whole thing, I hadn't really thought about it. And it was so traumatizing because I was 14.
Yeah. Because it's, people forget there's kids. Listen, just because I've been a kid and been stupid sometimes, okay? Mm-hmm. And I've done stupid things but when a kid's not doing something stupid or they're doing something that another adult told them to do, you don't yell at them. You don't they're still people. God.
Yeah. But it made me think, one, I hope that lady had the most horrible life, and I'm not even going to pretend that I hope that good things happen to her. I have the right to be angry about that still, and I am. I didn't deserve that.
No.
But also what was her deal to like not even be like, hey, like, yes, it is raining. You can stay right here if you don't bother anybody.
Yeah,
When
and
your ride gets
and the
there.
man approached you too and stuff. Like
Yeah. Well, he kind of set me up for that. And then he was just like, let me just watch what happens. But
frick.
But ultimately though, I like she did that in front of customers.
Yeah, I don't like customers who act entitled, and I don't like store owners that are like act like they have all the customers in the world and losing you is nothing to them or something. Like it's you know, like it makes me think of this stuff where it says like who's worse, like the people who do bad things or the people who stand and do nothing when bad things are done in front of them.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, it was funny. I think after that, there was actually a store further down the street, and it was like a rug shop. Like they sold Oriental rugs.
Mm-hmm.
And I went in there, and the same thing happened. Like I was like so nervous then. And the guy who owned the shop called his daughter out of the back who was doing homework to introduce her to me and was like, see, you should be like this and work hard. And I'm like, also, like, never put your kids in those kinds of positions. Like, I should not have
kids
been in that.
Kids shouldn't be compared to each other. Kids shouldn't be like, because like kids shouldn't be like pushed on their own and like expected to be an entrepreneur and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Or being like, yeah, no kid should be walking shopping plazas in Memphis by themselves.
No, absolutely not.
Like I was 14. So yeah, in that situation though, all the adults were wrong. Also, would anyone like a cat? He's being no.
I'll take him.
I have a candle up here. We already know he has a terrible record with candles.
Yeah, he does.
So anyway, yeah, for some reason, when I read your story, that experience is what came to mind. And I was like, it really doesn't have anything to do with your story.
Yeah, because the children in my story, they were actually being little shits and like on purpose.
Yeah,
like it wasn't innocent. No, they were being kids and stuff and stuff. Because I've had in my job, sometimes there's some young kids like 18 and everything that are doing the job, and they do things real slowly and will call me by name and stuff, and I'll say Mrs. Norlock or whatever, and like, thank you, Mrs. Norlock. And I'm like, okay, well, you're just having fun. But I don't get pissed at them or anything because they're working like a 12-hour shift. They're just trying to enjoy what they can. So, God, I'm sorry you went through that, man. That sucks.
Yeah, that whole summer was a thing that happened. I think I actually have a little bit about it on my podcast, but I haven't put out an episode in a while. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll do another episode.
Childhood trauma episode. Like, there's raising your kids, and then there's making your kids raise themselves. Yeah, nothing against your parents and stuff.
Oh, but there it is.
Like, because my parents, like, I looked up what's this TikTok video? I think I explained it before, where it said people introduce themselves and pick a trait that signifies them. And one of the people was like, yeah, I'm pretty independent. And then the therapist said, oh, I'm sorry your parents were never there for you, that you had to depend on yourself. And I'm like, my parents had 2 jobs. I'm independent not because I had to. It's my personality. I like to do things myself. God, I feel attacked. Like, like that's what it was. So yeah. It doesn't mean my parents were horrible. It just means they both had jobs. So my sister raised me, and yeah, that happened.
I just want you to know, through all of this, Dobby is up here and he has grumpy man face. Like he's listening and he's just like
looking like Walter from Jeff Dunham.
Yeah. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I like it.
He does not approve of the adults in these situations.
So
yeah, no,
we,
and
we
I
can't
think
we can't be perfect, but then also there's certain things where it's like maybe we could have done better there. Like when I lose my cool with my kids, I'm like, I shouldn't have done that. I'm sorry.
and I mean, we're all human, right? We can't all be Dobby, quit it with the claws. We can't all be perfect all the time, but we can also make different mistakes.
I made different mistakes than my sister. A lot of different mistakes. I'm not going to go into detail of everything, but let me just say, getting pregnant out of wedlock was the worst thing I did, and I married the guy. So, and I had another kid with him later.
I mean, it also like it's your life, like, and mistakes are relative.
Yeah, I feel like mistakes. I feel like certain things are. Well, first off, everyone has their different idea of what a mistake is, and sometimes like people would see me getting pregnant out of wedlock as a mistake. To me, that's in the moment. It wasn't planned, but it doesn't mean it was a mistake. And you work with what you have and stuff. Like it'd be, yeah. Certain things, I'm just like, it's not a mistake. It depends on when you come in. To me, that's like coming in to a painting that's being worked on and then calling it a mistake and be like, no, the painting's not done yet, dude. Like you can't start picking it apart yet.
Well, there's also things that you learn, and then doing it again, that might be a mistake. The first time you do something, you're just learning. Like, okay, do you want to keep doing the same thing over and over again and you know how it ends? Well, maybe that's a mistake.
To me, also with mistakes, like let's say you do something that you didn't intend. So not quite a mistake, but you didn't intend. It wasn't what you were working towards. Well, the mistake isn't that you did something you didn't intend. The mistake is how you react to it. Because sometimes the way you react to something becomes the mistake. Are you the type of person where you accidentally pour water instead of milk into your coffee or something like that? Well, is that going to ruin your entire freaking day now? Or is that just well, okay, whatever, and change it up and fix it? Or just have watered down coffee, which is what it is anyway. So it's not that bad.
It's funny that you said that, because one time, I'm going to tell a story about my brother now. We were getting breakfast, and he had his bowl of cereal, and he was pouring milk into it, and he spilled some. So he had a napkin, and he was wiping up the milk that he spilled while pouring more milk onto the counter, because he was distracted by trying to clean up his mess. So he went like this.
Oh, bless him.
Sometimes we just get a little overwhelmed by what's happening, and we make a little bit more mistakes trying to fix it. And that's okay. But he felt silly, but it was funny. It was we didn't get in trouble or anything. My dad was just like, what?
That's another thing is for parents, like there's the mistakes that kids do and that everyone's going to do. Everyone's going to spill a drink, on the carpet. It happens. It's to teach your kid to, instead of freak out, like I always did and stuff, instead of freaking out, teach them, okay, we spilled it. Let's go grab the towel or the paper towels, whatever we need, and clean it up. Like, let that be the first reaction, not the, oh my God, freak out.
Well, because then it feels like mistakes or accidents are the end of the world, and they're not.
They're not whatsoever. So either way, okay.
Anyway,
2 of the stories.
Sidebar.
Actually, if you want to read mine first, because I feel like it kind of ties into the shop thing, even though they were kind of unrelated. Mine wasn't too bad, I promise. It's not a trigger warning, I promise. It's not.
I do think it's an example, though, of how anything can be triggering in just really weird ways that you don't expect.
Yes. Like, it doesn't have to be something violent and everything. It could be something innocent. Like, okay, hold on. Backtrack a little bit. Story time. This song, I Got a Pocket Full of Sunshine, always makes me think about my miscarriage. Even though it's a happy song, but it's because the day that I found out that there was no heartbeat, I'm driving to work and I'm like, all right, don't let this bring you down. It happens or whatever. It's like 25% of women experience this. Like I was thinking of all the stats, and on the radio was the song I Got a Pocket Full of Sunshine. So I'm singing along, and then I'm just crying profusely at the same time, trying to force myself to be happy, and I wasn't. So now whenever I think of that song or I hear it, it makes me think of that, and it's sad.
Yeah.
Even though it's a really happy song.
Yeah. Well, I mean, sometimes too, it's the contradiction of the feeling and the sound. Like they meld, and it's like negative nostalgia. There's that association.
Yeah.
Especially like with smells and with music, they tie to the feeling, that strong emotion that you felt in the specific situation, and it takes you back to that moment.
Hey, Eva.
Whether or not you want it to. And I think that's the thing about being triggered, is that whatever the media is or whatever the situation is, it pulls together just enough of the right sensory triggers to take you back to that space, to that moment, and everything just comes back like it's happening right now. Yeah. And your brain can't tell the difference.
And the reason it's a trigger is, well, we're always going to get the ideas. Like, you can't stop the ideas, but it's a trigger because now we have involuntary thoughts paired with involuntary action, whether it's like we start to shake, our heart goes fast, or we just get really down and stuff like that. That involuntary action paired with the involuntary thought is why it's called a trigger.
Yeah, especially when you can't like change the thought.
Yeah. And I feel that you are never able to stop the thoughts. You can't. But it's to get to a place, a healthy place, where when the thoughts come, you go, yep, I recognize that song makes me sad. And then that's it. You don't get teary-eyed while you're talking about the song, or get that's when it can no longer invoke an emotional or physical response. That's when you know you've healed.
Yeah. It's true. It is true. So now to the story that is not at all triggering.
We might actually get back to normal time. This is all the time we saved so that we could chit chat about this for a year.
I just went inside a shop and my pre-panic symptoms of stuttering and apologizing started up. I was back in the car before I cried. See?
I hate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gets you. Like, oh God, I can't even fully like we've all been there, like where you're in a public place and you're just trying to freaking keep it together and you just want to,
Yeah.
So, yep. Okay, well, let's try to have a non-triggering story, hopefully.
Here we go. This is Natalie's story from prompt number 2. Testing my patience is not the way to get what you want, the small grocery store owner said. 3 boys suppressed laughter as they slowly unrolled their coins to pay for the candy on the counter. Come on, kid. I don't have all day. Do you have real money? The owner asked as his hand dragged down his face. The boys counted the coin one at a time for the $6 purchase. The store owner counted the coin on the counter in his head. Only 5.50 cents. His patience ran out. Okay, I'll forgive any money you're short. Just take your stuff and go. The boys glanced at each other before snatching their goodies plus a few dimes off the counter and taking off on their bikes. Hey, the man yelled after them. Come on, Rich. They're just kids. A woman walked in from the back of the shop. Yeah, well, those kids just robbed me of my time and product, Helen, Rich said. He held up a coin and peeled it to reveal chocolate underneath. Helen laughed as she encircled her arms around Rich's waist. Hey, I've always said the world should use chocolate as currency. Rich smiled and handed Helen the chocolate. Well then, I'd like to cash this in for a little fun of our own, Rich smirked. Oh? Helen raised her eyebrows. Yeah. Let's switch the signs for the melons to see if anyone can tell the difference between cantaloupe and honeydew, Rich said. Helen hit Rich on his chest and threw her head back with laughter. Game on. And I'll do you one better and also switch the shoe polish sign with the car polish. But you have to promise to call attention to it when people come through the checkout. You know, Dr. Peters would be one telling us to pay to fix her car if you don't. She called over her shoulder as she walked to the back, two-sided tape in hand. Well, that would serve her right for making me wait so long at my last checkup, Rich said, and he switched the sign for the green peas and black-eyed peas. Helen laughed. Oh, you don't listen to a thing she recommends for your health anyways. To you, it's just white noise. I don't have any feedback because I was musing, but what I will say is it is a funny story.
I tried.
I like the jabs that they throw, and I think it's funny that the kids paid with chocolate coins.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing? Yeah. I think the banter and the prank that they pull on the customers is cute. I like it. I think it's good. Piper, quit it.
Yeah, that's what I had fun with and everything, and I just like that the kids inspired it.
Yeah.
And stuff.
I think it was good.
Yeah, and then I decided to keep it going. Though I always imagined it as an old couple, though.
Yeah, I can see that.
Even though I never gave an age or whatever, I kind of got close when we're talking about Rich going for checkups. So, including the 2 prompts for today, I've written 67 flashes since, 67 flashes since, what time? 26 September, where my first episode came out. Because I'm also including anything the CGL flashes, and then I did a personal flash on my own that I sent out, which, by the way, I did get a rejection back from one of the places. We'll see about the other one. Yeah, I would say 40s or 50s. That sounds about right. Thanks. All right. But that just shows I'm putting myself into things. I imagine, easily picture them in their 70s. They could be in their 70s. But like the 70-year-old that's like still tossing around crates of produce or something. I imagine them being a little like that. I imagine them being the elderly couple that doesn't put up with shit. That's what I imagine, at least. So it works. But yeah, I'm glad that what I intended for that story was intent. Yes, Spencer? What? Am I done? Jump? Okay, go jump. Jim? Okay. Later, I promise.
Don't be mad at me.
Yeah.
You didn't use when you go outside the lines.
What do you, like, I didn't use it. Like, the whole prank is going outside the lines.
Okay, you didn't put the actual phrase in.
Yeah, I've never have, actually.
How did I miss that?
Like, I think I may have put the phrase in once, like, in any of the prompts, but I never put the phrase in. I'm kind of like those 90s bands that would have a title of a song that's not mentioned in the song whatsoever. Which I always remember from, I think it was Under Oath. They had a song called I Got 10 Friends and a Crowbar that says you ain't gonna do jack.
Or, oh my gosh, what's their names? With Brandon Urie.
Panic at the Disco?
Panic at the Disco. Their first album, none of the songs have titles that you're just like,
oh yeah, like because the one I remember is "Lying is the most fun a girl can have," and I'm like, that's not in the song whatsoever.
Pretty much.
So Eva's unfather, which I'm assuming is grandfather or what's it? Father-in-law. Either way, pushing 70 and removes tree trunks from the ground for a living. Some folks stay spry. Yeah. So I think I talked about it. My great grandmother had like that old people energy, like strength, because she could knock the congestion out of your chest just by patting your back when she would give you a hug.
You're like, how did this happen?
Oh, biofather.
I like that term, unfather.
I like unfather. I'm going to start. Well, I don't have a reference point to use it because my father's still around. So he hasn't been too mean enough to me, or absent yet. Or anything. I say yet. That seems dark. We're going to jump away from that. I don't mean it that way. I promise. But yeah, I could see using unfather. I like that. It's like I used something the other day and I'm trying to make it a thing as if it's fetch or something. I don't know. So either way. But yay, I'm glad my story had the intent.
Yeah. No,
I use it for a father figure that isn't my bio too. Also estranged. Both shitty people. Yeah.
Valid.
Ugh. Yeah. I didn't see a man being a father until my husband. So I say unfather because they are not in the same league. Or genre, if you will. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Like, it's when you finally get the person that's like supposed to, that you're like, oh, this is what it's supposed to be. Which, by the way, there's so many TikToks out there that finding the healthy relationship, whether it's parents, sibling, or spouse or something, when you find the healthy relationship, but you've been exposed to nothing but negative ones, you sometimes don't know what to do with it.
Oh, for sure.
Like, you almost self-sabotage a little bit. And if the other person who's healthy doesn't fully understand that, it can be the downfall, but sometimes they can understand it and they work with you and show you what it's supposed to be like.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Because it's very easy. It's like this is unfamiliar, so it feels uncomfortable.
Yeah, like
this is health.
You end up causing drama because you end up causing drama because that's all you know.
Yeah.
So
well, you also assume a lot of things about people that previously were safe to assume, and now it's not. And then it's like this is uncomfortable because it's healthy, not uncomfortable because it's unhealthy. And trying to figure out the difference.
Ooh, Eva's point here. I have found a writing father that I follow on Twitch too. Through him, I've met other fathers who talk about that and their passions outside of it. Aww. It's a lovely bit of consumption for me.
I like that.
I love like finding the healthy stuff. Like, oh my God, I'm writing stories sometimes. It kind of, I can see that. Like, some people use it to cope with the negative, but I like that glimpse of positive. Like, for example, the author who did Starfish, I'm going to talk about that book because I thought it was really good, and I got my daughter reading it now.
Well, I've never read it. Is it?
So good. Like, you relate to it. Like, even though it's about a girl who has a weight problem, like she's overweight and she got picked on for it, and her mother was very controlling and stuff and had her on a diet all the time, the main character had the father that was trying to be supportive, trying to like keep things even keel. And then her brother was like, if our parents get divorced, I'm blaming you. It's your fault for being fat. Like, oh yeah, no, it's like really bad. But the author, she didn't have a father, and her mother did a lot of the things that the main character's mother did. But the fact that in her book she included a father that is supportive. Like, to me, that's kind of like part of the healing process.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Thank you, Devin. Lisa Phipps, Starfish, on Amazon. I got my copy. I got it in hardback. I usually don't buy hardback. Usually I'll buy an ebook for my friends and stuff. But when I watched Barrett Laurie's interview with Lisa got the L right. When I got Barrett Laurie's interview with Lisa and they talked about specific things in there, I was like, I have to get this. And especially with my daughter going into middle school soon, I was like, I need her to read this too. This will be a mother-daughter book club book.
Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, I'll have to read it. I've heard good things about it, but I don't, that's not the usual kind of book that I read. So,
yeah, but it definitely touched me personally, even though I didn't struggle. I struggled with weight on the opposite end. My sister being mean and like saying they don't have size anorexic and stuff like that. Oh, that's right. You got rights to click on my stuff. Yeah.
Really?
I was like, what happened? I think, yeah. So Chandra and I, we've officially merged into one, and she is now I think StreamYard calls it a member, so she can click on stuff and everything. Feel free to take charge anytime, by the way, especially if I'm on a tangent and you're like, all right, I'm just going to click. Oh, no, Eva, Dobby just wore himself out with all the times that he was jumping on Chandra's lap and on her desk earlier before you came in.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if you could hear if the mic finally picked him up screaming at me, but...
No, actually not.
Okay. He's been climbing me like a tree today, and, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, am I okay?
Will be. We're gonna. Yeah. We both need to eat lunch soon. I'm spot starved. All right, let me read your story.
I actually had a snack during the last sprint, so
that's why your camera was off.
And then I forgot that I'd had a snack and that my camera was off, and I was reading the comments, and I was like,
I love it when that happens. You're like, whoops. It's like so many times when you're like, and it's like, hey, Natalie, you're on mute, and you're like, okay, so what I was saying, but I'm not going to be as animated this time, is I can't believe they.
So I was at a meeting the other day, and my boss did that. It was very funny, but initially somebody else in the meeting had their mic off, and then we realized even though they turned it on, we kept like mouthing like we were talking, and their mic was still off.
Oh my god, that reminds me. So I had a meeting, and it was one of those where you don't need your camera on, and everyone had their mic on mute because it's like a briefing situation, and it was like it's a newcomer, like new to the office, so there's a lot of people on it. I mean, and I'm talking like 200 or something people here. Someone, I don't know who, but their mic was on. And you heard them talking to like their mother on speakerphone. They're like, yeah, I'm in that training. Oh, for the new job? Yeah, for the new job. It's so boring and stuff live, like going across. And I'm like, how embarrassing. So I don't know what came of it. If this person, like, because they said, the people in charge of it, they said, oh, sorry, there was someone with a hot mic. We turned their microphone off, and which you have that capability to mute them. But I'm just like, if she didn't catch it, because they said someone's microphone's hot, like, even though we all heard her say stuff, talking to her mom, like, and she didn't catch it. She must not have had headphones in or something. Like, someone, if they found out her name, I'm sure someone's supervisor got called.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've had a similar situation where I thought I was muted. I didn't say anything wrong or bad. It just wasn't ideal that my microphone wasn't muted. But I've also been in meetings where stuff like that happened. And the thing was, I know there was like you said, 200-300 people in a meeting, and someone's like ordering a sandwich from their husband and like, make sure you go do blah, 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 blah. Like giving him an entire, like just an acre of instructions on a hot mic in a meeting where like all the all the people are there and we can just hear you. All right, honey. Well, make sure there's extra pickles on there because you know I like the extra pickles. And don't put any of that sauce. Put the sauce on the side. I don't really like it. I don't know if you like it. Do you like it? You can have it if you like it. But just have to put it on the side because I don't know if I really care for it today. And fill in that hole in the yard when you can. Because Roscoe's been out there digging a lot. He's just been digging. So fill in that hole and make sure he hadn't dug any new ones. But yeah, just make sure the sauce is on the side. No, on the side. Like long, like all of it. And it's like loud enough that they're like side to side. And there's so many people, so they have to scroll and scroll and scroll trying to find who it is.
Yeah, and I'm sure they were scrolling. I guess they found it. So Eva, with HR taking the review to heart, it was actually leadership, like the head honchos briefing at that time. So
yeah,
it was all about the structure of like the different offices and what they do and stuff. And yes, it does it's boring in case you can't apply it right away, but also pays the bills, dude.
When I had some training that I was like, I'm like, my brain cells are actively dying right now. I can only sit and read so much before I can't process. I just told the trainer, I was like, can I like get in there and actually do something practically because I learn a lot better by doing, and my brain has reached saturation. There's nothing wrong with communicating that, but in a one-on-one setting.
Yeah.
So and then, you know, when I couldn't do any more than I was able to do at that time, I just started editing the training material and sending it back.
Your header font size is not consistent. Fixed it.
We're not aligned correctly or the same size.
Yeah.
Adjusted that.
That explains why you're so good with Canva stuff.
I literally, so that was actually one of my jobs previously when I worked as an admin. I would get slide decks from all the senior managers and the director, and I would have to combine them all and make them look like it was made by the same person.
Oh, wow. Consolidate.
Yeah. So you spend a lot of time with the arrow keys just ding, 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 ding. Ding, ding, and then switching back from one slide to another because you know when they don't align the text in the right spot, so when you switch, the text is jumping up and down.
I hate that.
It's details. Anyway, sidebar. We got way off here on a tangent.
Hey, it's okay. But last point from Eva. I think a hot mic shows their lack of attention to details. One can mute their mic, their device, and then call it. And the call itself seems like a thing to check before saying anything, let alone critique. Yeah. No, because of that, I mean, I was already an on-point person of like making sure I'm mute. And I think doing these live streams has helped me a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But now, whenever I'm in a meeting, especially because my kids, like working from home, they like scream, yell, or whatever, I'm like constantly on mute. And I double and triple check. Anytime my son comes up, I'm like, yes, what do you need? Oh, okay, I'm good. What do you, like constantly. Because I would, not that I wouldn't be embarrassed because also they understand I have kids, but it's not great when your kid comes up and goes, I pooped. And you're like, all right, gotta go. Be right back.
Yeah. I mean, and it's like you said, it is a thing about practice, but especially in like we all do this because we enjoy it.
Yeah.
We all know why we're here versus when you're in a work meeting, like that's how you pay your bills.
Yeah, you got told to be there, but it's necessary.
Yeah. And I do think some of the time, though, what happens is people hit the mute button on their computer and not in, like, WebEx or what's the other one that got hacked a lot?
There's Microsoft Teams, there's Zoom, there's WebEx, there's Zoom.
Yeah. Like, because there's separate places to mute things, but
yeah. Well, and then, like, with this thing, so lights on means it's on. Like I have that option. Then I have the StreamYard itself. Don't mess with the light switches. She just shouts no. Either way. Okay, next story. All right. I really enjoyed your story, and I got assumptions. We're going to see if my assumptions match up with your intent. Okay. Polish, she said, the lash of her switch, searing the back of my neck and arms. I flinch away, but don't say anything, even as my hands guide the cloth over the shining silver. Old money, long memory, she says, as if that should mean something to me. I've worked here for as long as I can remember. It's not her money. I don't know why she cared so much. She should care so much. She hits me again. I'm sure she thinks I'm not paying close enough attention. White noise fills my ears, and I think about smashing her head like a melon. The bubble pops, red like a tomato. Sauce covers. Red like tomato sauce covers the wall. Drips down my face. She's laying on the floor, headless. This is what happens when you go outside the lines. I'm reminded of that every day. Witchcraft. I'll be accused of it if I don't have a good excuse for this. Unless I can come up with a good reason for this. I laugh. Don't be stupid. I roll her body to the side, pushing it under the table. I've done this before. Polish, I say to myself, scrubbing the floor and polishing up the silver. I rush, change my clothes, burn the old. This is the ultimate test. When I'm done, I ride my bike to town. Hilda is waiting for me. She looks concerned until she sees me. I've done it again, I say. She doesn't look surprised. I told you going there was a mistake. I've got to go to the grocery and get back. I say, glancing around. She claps her hands 3 times, and the world fades away. We're in a safe place. She takes my hands in hers. Remember why we're here, she says. The lash strikes my back and arm once more. Damn it, girl. Polish. Okay. So I got a few ideas. One, definitely Hilda and the main character are witches. 2, I got 2 realms. Yes, Spencer. Almost done. I got 2 theories. One is that Hilda reverted the main character back in time to fix her mistake and such, and try again to try to control her powers, or the whole thing is a simulation to push her in uncomfortable situations, things that could piss her off and such, to help her control her emotions, so therefore she doesn't use her powers and everything to kind of help her control it. Those are my 2 ideas. I'm leaning more towards the simulation theory just because of the line, we're in a safe place. Favorite line, though, was old money, long memory. I actually laughed out loud at that one because I can imagine someone being sassy. It kind of made me think of Fried Green Tomatoes when Kathy Bates' character runs into a parking spot and pushes the other car out of the way. And she goes, "Face it, ladies, I'm older and have better insurance." And I love that line. So that's what it kind of made me think of, like this sassy old lady a little bit. But that was my theory of what occurred here, is that it was a simulation, but it was like a real simulation, but still a simulation because it could be manipulated and started over again.
Real answer?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I love it when that happens. Do you know how many times you said stuff and I'm like, wasn't going there, but now I am.
I do like the idea of her being sent back in time, but initially what I thought, and it wasn't I didn't write it with this intent. It's just an idea that I had after I finished writing it, of she never actually went anywhere. She never actually popped the lady's head like a melon. She was dissociating the whole time. And then she gets hit again, and she's right back where she was the whole time.
Oh. So
but
can't trust the trust the narrator situation.
But I also didn't think of that till after I'd finished writing. So it's really just like Yeah, what did happen?
But that gives us room for like editing and stuff like that, and be like, okay, what is actually happening, and do we trust the narrator or not, and when do we realize we can't trust the narrator?
Yeah.
So I like it. That was fun. You had some good stories today. I'm a little jelly. I feel like my second story was better than my first. Like both were kind of slices of life, but the second one had a little more pop to it, I think.
I don't know. I feel like they're yes, they are slices of life, but that's also not something that I've done or I'm good at. Mm-hmm. And they are like cozy short stories.
Yeah. Well, and then that's what it said. Like short stories or flashes and stuff, they don't always have to bring you to tears. Even though my first one did bring you to tears. Close. Or no, the second one. Yeah, the second one almost brought you to tears. Wasn't the intent. But they don't have to be that way. Mm-hmm. Like, or make you. But I do believe it should evoke emotion in some way, even if it's just a "aw" moment.
Yeah.
I feel like emotion should be evoked in a story.
I feel like a lot of mine, I'm like, and then something exploded, and I don't feel like I'm done writing till something explodes.
Yeah, you did miss Chandra's story, but it's okay because there is the replay option. We won't. Don't worry, we're not going to hold you to it, but it's worth it. And I'll have the chapters up later today if you want to watch it tomorrow, and you can just click on the stories read instead of the critique part. But yeah, works. So I think we should wrap this up with Flash Fiction February is coming.
Yes.
Prepare yourselves. Brace yourselves.
Get ready.
Okay. So on Instagram, every single day in February, Chandra and I will be posting a prompt that is pulled out of the book in the description, Write the Story. So it will be a prompt in 10 words. Yes. So every single day. And then we will still do our Flash Fiction Lives on every Saturday, except 26 February. That live stream will be moved to 27 February, and it's going to be a full 12 hours. And we're going to do 3 prompts that day. So, and we're still going to, on our Flash Fiction Lives, we're going to do the prompt as it's released at 9 a.m. that day on IG. We'll do that prompt, but then we'll also still have our bonus too. So, yeah.
Yep.
I'm talking myself into it. Now, I've already planned, and Chandra and I talked about this. I'm taking the first week of March off completely after Flash Fiction February. It's just, I'm not doing any writing, not going to do a live stream and stuff. I don't even have videos that are going to air in that week. It's going to be a full break. And then I'll have videos airing again after that, and live streams and stuff. And then I got to travel again. So you'll have Chandra for 2 of them in March. But either way, yeah, it's going to be fun. And we will release a schedule for the 12-hour live stream, and invite friends and guests to come on air too. So be on the lookout for that. You can reach out to me personally, or I might reach out to you if you don't reach out to me. So
yes, and follow us on Instagram, because that's where we're going to have a lot of our updates and the prep information and all that kind of stuff. So if you're looking for anything, if you have questions, ping us.
Actually, I don't have a set karaoke. I just think something sparks a song, and I just sing it on air anyways. Though, actually, we could have karaoke, because I have 80s and 90s trivia of movies and song lyrics. So, and it's not trivia, it's kind of guess the title of the movie or guess the title of the song. So in a way it could be karaoke, because you will end up singing these songs.
Ooh, Flash Awards. Cough.
Oh, Flash Awards. I like that idea. Oh my God, what if we pick out, so things that we should consider. I'm going to think of these ahead of time, of just for the prompts that we did for that month, because everyone will know them and see them, and we both will do them. But if we go through and like pick out which story was the hardest for us, which one was the easiest, what's the one that we want to completely change from what we wrote or something, like, oh, we could have fun with that. All right, words on stream can happen on YouTube. Maybe fun game option for a break at some point. Yeah, I got breaks planned. So we got 3 prompts, 80s and 90s music and movie, guess the title. And then, would you rather as well.
Words on Stream is an app for running games on YouTube, right?
Oh, it is?
I think so. I think I've seen it somewhere. Let's see. Yeah. It's a live stream interactions game.
Ooh. Okay, I gotta look into that. Wait, does that mean I need to go through StreamYard and then go through that, or we'll figure out the logistics?
Do it on YouTube. Okay, got it. Hold on, I'm finding out right now. Nikki has done it on her streams. Okay, I think I saw it. I think I want to say maybe Cam Wolf, or maybe it was a YouTuber.
Oh, type in the comments and play along. Yes, because that's what I want. I want people to play along.
Yeah, so people can type in the comments, and it tracks their points, I think, as long as you're signed in.
Yes. Oh, we're just leaving. Sorry.
Know. Yeah. But
Diamond Book Rock, I love it. Welcome. I haven't seen you before. Unless you lurk.
It's like Boggle, but with one word you make words out of.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
That's a fun game. Okay, because that could fill, because I have a schedule planned out, but I just don't want to release it until we get closer because people will forget. But I also like the idea of on the 15-minute breaks that I have planned, doing that, like where it's just the chat can go back and forth and stuff. That'd be fun.
That's a great idea, y'all.
Sweet. Nice. Okay, Chandra, would you like to give your outro, dear?
Yes, I can do that. Hi, everybody. Oh, ow. Hi, everybody. My name is Chandra Arthur. I write books about, I was going to say I write books about reading, writing, and all things books, but I make videos about reading, writing, and all things books. I also write historical fiction, science fiction, and fantasy. I have a channel under the name Chandra Arthur, or you can find me on social media at cchanwrite. Follow both of us on Instagram for more information about Flash Fiction Live, which is coming up in February for our
Tuesday.
Flash Fiction February, which will be a month-long event. So if you want to know more about that, let us know. Also, Flash Fiction Live will continue throughout the month of February. We'll also have our schedule posted. Yeah, and then we're going to have a 12-hour stream. So,
yep.
That stuff.
It's exciting. All right. Well, I'm Natalie Locke. Chandra's links and my links are down in the description, both Instagram, so you can just click on it and go. And we're really looking forward to everyone joining us. And I definitely hope that we get some comments of what prompts you liked and what you didn't like. And I think I might even, between now, before Tuesday, have a Flash Award. And it will be, everyone will... we could do an IG template, and everyone at the end of the month can share the template and fill in the hardest prompt.
Ooh, I like that. That sounds super fun.
I need your help with that, Chandra, with your creativity. And
we'll look at it. We'll do it. Yeah.
We might be able to do it on top of all the words, and us both having full-time jobs.
It's fine. It's fine.
Why not? Let's have the chaos. Okay. All right, and if anybody has any ideas for Flash Awards, specific awards that you like, put it down in the comments. There we go. Whew. Or just DM us. That works too.
Yep.
So
do it.
Thank you for coming, everybody. Bye.
Bye.